Hello everyone. One of the most powerful principles of reality, with the potential to transform our lives forever, is the principle of mentalism, as taught by Hermes Trismegistus. This profound transformation does not require any specific technique or external action, but is intrinsically linked to the consciousness and the being you wish to become. For example, if your desire is to become a millionaire, the Hermetic truth is that you must cultivate the mindset of a millionaire internally before it manifests externally. Otherwise, you will continue jumping from one failed attempt to another, believing the problem lies outside of you. The first teaching of this principle is, if you do not change internally, nothing external will change. This is the fundamental essence of the principle of mentalism. By mastering this principle, everything you touch can turn to gold. However, this requires you to face your own demons, your own reflection, and the internal truth that may be uncomfortable. Reality is a mirror that reflects your relationship with yourself and the universe. What does this mean? Returning to the example of becoming a millionaire, if your relationship with money is based on the belief that you are not capable of making money, that you are not good at managing finances, then the universal mind will reflect this belief back to you saying, "Oh, that's what you believe? So be it." And so, life will give you more evidence to support your belief in incapability. Albert Einstein illustrated this brilliantly, stating that the universe returns exactly what you project. For instance, if you throw a blue ball against the wall with great force, it will return to you with the same force as the same blue ball. Remember this crucial point. The external world is merely a reflection of your internal world. By observing the world around us, we see that most people are increasingly immersed in the frenetic activity of daily life, consumed by technology, social media, and constant hustle, focusing exclusively on materialism and their own dilemmas. Many of us have lost connection with our inner wisdom, the divine essence we once mastered. Let's explore the 4 Hermetic keys that will allow you to shape reality according to your desires. When we study Hermetic teachings, for example, one of the most mentioned concepts is how reality is a reflection of the mind and spirit. The first fundamental key of the principle of mentalism is understanding that the universal mind reflects 2 things: your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the universe around you. In other words, what you see in reality is a projection of how you see yourself and how you see the world. If you look at yourself and think you are not good enough, the universal mind will reflect this belief back to you. I am not good enough. I can't do this because I'm not good enough. And the universe will respond, you're not good enough. Here is more proof of why you're not good enough. This reflection is based on the messages you send to the universal mind. The universe, in a way, is like a loyal friend always willing to validate what you believe without judgment, just agreeing with you. Instead of trying to manipulate the reflected image directly, we must learn to transform the image we project in front of the mind's mirror. This is similar to influencing someone. When we directly say to someone, "Don't do that," the likelihood of them doing exactly what was forbidden is high. However, if we choose to motivate and inspire, presenting persuasive reasons to avoid certain actions and explaining the potential negative impacts, the person will be more inclined to listen and accept our influence. Our main goal is to influence our world indirectly. The universal mind simply intensifies what you say. It will always reflect what you consider true in your mind, both about yourself and your worldview. Remember, this is one of the most crucial keys. Failing here can lead to failure in all areas of your life. The question is, how can we change this? How can we interrupt this pattern and consciously choose what we want? The key is to create your own identity and worldview, your personal paradigm. I'll give you an example to help you understand how to create your identity. First, it's essential to have clarity about what you want in the long term, let's say in 5 years. In the final image, what is the activity you see yourself doing every day? What do you possess that makes your life a continuous journey of discovery? Ask yourself, who am I being now? What characteristics and traits do I possess when I am achieving, having, and doing all these things? This is crucial. Then consider what your worldview is. How do you perceive the world when you are living this reality? How do you see the world when you are experiencing all this? Take a moment to bring powerful affirmations to life. First, create affirmations about your identity, how you see yourself. It could be something like, I am worthy. I am a magnet for abundance because I carry within me the magic touch of prosperity. Then create affirmations related to your worldview. For example, the universe conspires in my favor. Everything happens at the right time and according to the divine plan. Another powerful affirmation might be, everything comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. By dedicating yourself to repeating these affirmations daily and internalizing them, be prepared to witness an incredible transformation. The reality you perceive and the way you see the world will begin to change before your eyes. Even if what you desire seems difficult today, it does not mean you will not be able to achieve it tomorrow. Everything takes time, practice, and patience, so respect your time, but do not let your fears prevent you from achieving the extraordinary. Make sure to take a moment to do this exercise, as it has the power to completely revolutionize your life. As Bob Proctor used to say in his lectures, shoot for the moon and you will land among the stars. In other words, aim for $10 million, and you will certainly achieve a few million along the way. This metaphor illustrates the importance of dreaming big and believing in your potential, because even if you don't reach your initial goal exactly, you will still achieve something significant and transformative. The second key is understanding that the reflection we see in our material world forms with a certain delay. Why? Here's why. In our inner world, we can create an image instantly by simply closing our eyes and visualizing what we desire. This is how it works in the mental dimension. However, in the third dimension, the physical dimension, things take a bit longer to manifest due to the density of matter. Matter is dense and cannot break natural laws to make everything manifest instantly. Imagine if your negative mind instantly created all the disasters you think of. The universe is wise and gives us the opportunity to change our thoughts. This leads us to the next key. You need to maintain the belief you have established long enough for your desire to manifest. What does this mean? It means you must remain faithful to the identity and worldview you have created until your goal reveals itself. Whatever you want to be, have, or do, start by adopting the identity of someone who already is that. Ask yourself how that person would act and maintain that identity long enough. Don't tell anyone, just do it. An interesting phenomenon occurs when people start to experience this. They realize that their lives have ups and downs. They establish a belief, an identity, expecting their goal to become reality, but the result does not appear immediately. Then their mood starts to decline along with the belief. Now, once their mood hits its lowest point, suddenly the manifestation reveals itself. However, when it manifests, it begins to reflect their previous negative attitude with a certain delay. Then what manifests starts to deteriorate again because it is simply reflecting how they feel. This way, a kind of wave emerges, a cycle that occurs in their life and from which they cannot escape. They experience ups and downs and there is no way to avoid them. The key is always to remain loyal to the identity and worldview you have created, as this is the most effective way to promote significant changes in your life. The third key is understanding that the universal mind does not reflect the nature of your thoughts, but the purified content of them. Think about it. If you keep expressing dissatisfaction, but there is specific content in your dissatisfaction such as, I hate my dead-end job, I hate my boss, I hate my partner, I hate the bills I have to pay. The universe does not reflect the hate itself, but reflects the specific content of your hate. For example, I hate the bills. I hate my job, and more situations will arise to increase your dissatisfaction with work. This is exactly how it happens. Meishu-Sama, the founder of the World Messianic Church, said that complaint attracts complaint and gratitude attracts gratitude. This is exactly it. The more you complain about what is not, what you don't have, and what you don't want, this will continue to be reflected in your life, giving you more reasons to confirm your worldview and identity. This is the fundamental difference between a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset. It's simply a matter of seeing the glass as half full instead of half empty. The key to applying this in your life is simple. Focus on what you want and what you already have. To make any change happen, you need to start focusing on what you already have now. Everything you have, all the progress you have made, the beautiful family you have, the things you desire in your life. Just stop and think, what do I want? What would make my life a true journey of discovery? What does that look like? It can be a vague image, it doesn't matter, as long as you are focused exactly on what you want. And when you do that, when you continue to focus on what you want, the gap between your current life and your desired life begins to close because you start to push the boundaries of your comfort zone. The last key, but not least, is the mirror cycle. Learning to manipulate this cycle for yourself can change everything forever, eliminating uncertainty about your actions. You will literally see reality changing before your eyes. It all starts with an observation. What was the retroactive attitude you had in the past? All the complaints, the bad things that happened, and the unconscious choices made form the present moment. When you look at the present and face bills to pay, a partner you don't love, and a job you don't like, for example, you observe this and use it to form your image or attitude. When I say image, I refer to your internal attitude, thoughts, and feelings that you present to the universal mind. When you form the image, the universe has no choice but to reflect it. It does not analyze whether it is right or wrong. It simply reflects and forms reality according to the reflected image. But what usually happens is that most people look at the reflection again and remain trapped in this cycle. This is an addictive trap in which most people find themselves. They watch and remain stuck in that pattern, and in the end, they think, "Damn, this keeps happening repeatedly. I don't know what I'm doing wrong." And then they start a new relationship, try different tactics and strategies in investments, start a new business, and of course, nothing works. Actually, they work for a while, animating them, but then they go back to the old pattern simply because they cannot make an internal change. This has been happening for thousands of years. Humans are trapped in a matrix, and the change depends solely on them. But remember something very important. This happens because there is no fundamental change happening in terms of worldview and identity. To reverse this process, start by creating the image before observing the reflection. For most people, they start by observing, then creating the image, and finally seeing the reflection. This is the standard cycle for puppets. But if you want to become a co-creator, a true creator of your reality, you need to reverse this cycle. I say this because my husband and I went through this for many years in our lives, but when we truly understood this cycle, everything changed. Joseph Murphy, author of the book The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, illustrates this concept powerfully. He teaches that our subconscious mind accepts what we believe as truth. If you focus and constantly affirm that you are prosperous and successful, your subconscious mind will start working to make that a reality. For example, Murphy suggests using affirmations like, "Wealth flows to me in avalanches of abundance," to reprogram the subconscious mind. By internalizing this new image of prosperity, the external reality begins to align with this internal belief, manifesting opportunities and circumstances that reflect this new reality. Albert Einstein also illustrated this concept simply by saying, "Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world." This reinforces the idea that creating a new mental image is the key to transforming your reality. Friends, the secret of transformation is that, instead of merely observing reality, we must shape our destiny with the image of who we want to be, the actions we wish to take, and the goals we want to achieve. By forming this new image, the universal mind responds with small changes that gradually transform. The universal mind knows no limits. It simply responds to what we offer it. Just like Saint Germain, the legendary ascended master and alchemist who transformed lead into gold, we can transmute our lives by adopting a mindset of abundance. Saint Germain did not only seek the transformation of metals, but also the transformation of the mind and spirit, aiming to elevate human consciousness to new heights. We can follow his steps by focusing on what we have and what we want, transmuting our thoughts and energies to create the desired reality. In conclusion, the journey through the universal mind is an exploration of our essence and an affirmation of our power to create and transform. Thank you for following this reflection, and I invite you to join us by liking and subscribing to the channel to continue this incredible journey of self-discovery and realization. Thank you very much, and see you next time.